Why do we keep repeating the same habits even when we know they aren't helping us? It's easy to blame ourselves and think, I am just not disciplined enough, or I lack willpower. But what if I told you it's not about willpower at all? It's about understanding how we work perfectly. The truth is, we all work in a certain way that consistently creates the results we are seeing in our lives, good or bad. And once you understand how this works, changing it becomes a whole lot easier. Now, I know the idea of working perfectly might sound strange. We often hear that nobody's perfect and we shouldn't aim for perfection. But here's the thing, we all have our own ways of doing things and we stick to those ways consistently. It might be hard to believe, but if you look closely, you will see that you are doing exactly what your mind has trained you to do. Your mind is perfect at using these patterns. It doesn't falter in executing automated behaviors or thinking patterns. Let's take a moment to think about our habits. Every habit we have, whether it's good or bad, comes from patterns we have created in our minds. Once we form these patterns, we follow them without even thinking. Understanding this can help you realize how you can change those habits if you want to. So, next time you find yourself struggling with a habit, remember that it's not a lack of willpower or discipline, it's simply your mind following the patterns it has learned. Recognizing this can empower you to create new patterns that align with your goals, allowing you to work towards the changes you desire in your life. Let's break this down. The idea we are discussing today comes from a concept in NLP, neuro linguistic programming, and it's simple. We work perfectly to produce the results we are getting. Every thought you have, every feeling you feel, and every action you take, they all work together in a perfect system to create your current reality. Let me explain this with a relatable example. Think about the last time you promised yourself you would stop procrastinating, but then found yourself binge watching a series or picking up that book you have read a dozen times instead of tackling your to-do list. Here's what's happening. Your thoughts like, I'm too tired to focus right now. These thoughts or these kind of thoughts trigger a feeling of frustration, boredom, or avoidance. That feeling then leads to an action. You open up that book or switch on the TV. The result? You delay your work and feel even more stressed later. And the cycle repeats. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are working in perfect harmony to produce this result. Now, if you don't like this result, the key is not to beat yourself up, but to recognize the pattern and change the inputs. So, what does it mean to work perfectly? It means that if you are consistently getting a result, whether it's procrastination, unhealthy eating, or even lack of confidence, it's because your thoughts, feelings, and actions are aligned to produce that outcome. Let's say you're a student who keeps thinking, I am terrible at math. This thought creates a feeling of anxiety or frustration whenever you sit down to study. As a result, you avoid studying altogether, and your grades reflect that avoidance. Everything is working perfectly in sync to give you that specific outcome. But here's the good news. If you can identify the thoughts and feelings that are leading to this behavior, you can change them. This puts you in control because once you change the input, the output changes too. Now, let's talk about how you can change the results you are getting in life. The process starts with changing the thoughts and feelings that create the behaviors you want to change. Here's how to do it. Step one, awareness. Start by paying attention to the thoughts and feelings that are behind your behavior. Let's say you keep reaching for a second serving of dessert even when you want to eat healthier. Ask yourself, what do I think or feel right before I do this? Maybe you feel stressed, or maybe it's just habit. Here's another example. If you think, I deserve a treat after a long day, and that thought makes you feel justified in indulging, then you have identified the cycle. This awareness is the first step toward change. Step two is reframing. Once you know the negative thoughts, it's time to reframe them. Instead of thinking, I am too stressed to cook a healthy meal, you could reframe it to, cooking something healthy will help me feel better. Example, if you usually say, I can't handle this project, try reframing it to, this project is a challenge, but I am learning and growing through it. This shift in thinking opens the door to new actions and better results. Step number three, emotional awareness. Your emotions often drive your actions more than you realize. If you're feeling bored, anxious, or overwhelmed, you might procrastinate or turn to unhealthy habits. Recognize that your feelings are a major part of the behavior change process. For example, if you find that feeling overwhelmed leads you to put off tasks, ask yourself, what other activities can I engage in that will help me feel accomplished instead? This small change can break the cycle. Now let's make this real. Think of a behavior you want to change. Whether it's stopping procrastination, eating healthier, or even breaking a bad habit like smoking. Here's the secret. It's not about the behavior itself, but the thoughts and feelings driving that behavior. Ask yourself, what am I thinking or feeling when I do this? Once you understand that, it's much easier to make a change. For example, let's say you are a business professional who wants to stop avoiding difficult tasks at work. Every time you think, this is too hard, you might feel overwhelmed, which leads you to procrastinate. Instead, reframe that thought to, I am capable of figuring this out step by step. This reduces the feeling of overwhelm and leads to more productive actions. Here's another important piece of the puzzle. Your willingness to change is critical to the change that you want in life. Understanding that you are creating your current results through your thoughts, feelings, and actions puts you in control. But you also have to be willing to step outside of your comfort zone and make changes. And then accepting that your life is a product of your thoughts and actions is empowering because it means you can start making conscious changes. And then you have commitment to change. Once you accept these things, you can commit to changing your inputs. Now, what are your inputs? The thoughts and feelings that drive your actions. The more willing you are to change, the more effective the results will be. Another example, imagine telling yourself, I have the power to change my habits. I am willing to let go of what's holding me back and embrace new patterns. This mindset shift is the key to real transformation. So as we wrap up, remember this. You work perfectly. Your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all aligned to produce your current results. The moment you start to shift those inputs, you will begin to see different outcomes. Before we close, I want to offer you an opportunity to take this deeper. If you are serious about making lasting changes in your life, I invite you to explore a personalized coaching session with me. Together, we can craft a clear, actionable plan that's customized for your unique goals and challenges. This is your chance to break through those barriers and really transform your life. I am also delighted to introduce my upcoming programs, Foundation X and Meditation X. These are not your typical courses. They are designed to equip you with the practical tools and mindsets that traditional education often misses. Whether you are looking to develop emotional intelligence, strengthen mental resilience, or simply take control of your personal and professional growth, these programs will help you build the foundation for real world success. With my background as a certified business coach, master practitioner of NLP, and having earned a doctorate in peak performance, I have spent my life helping individuals like you reach their full potential. Whether it's through breaking personal barriers or mastering cognitive skills, I am here to guide you every step of the way. As someone who has broken a Guinness World Record for super memory, authored a 240-page dissertation on personal mastery and peak performance, and recognized as Time's iconic legend for cognitive development, my mission is to help you unlock your highest potential. This journey is about more than just achieving goals. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. If you are ready to make a change, don't wait. Click the link below to access my free resources. You can also email me at evolve@fuel4success.com. The information is available in the description. Let's build the life that you have always dreamed of, one step at a time. Your future starts right now. Make sure that you subscribe, like this video, that is, give it a thumbs up, and do let me know what you think about these ideas in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. I'll see you soon. Until next time, take charge.